When someone asks about your childhood and your mind suddenly goes blank, not because it was horrible, not because nothing happened, but because somewhere between being a kid and being an adult, you lost the middle chapters. It's like your life jumped forward without asking permission. Between the ages of 7 and 17, you didn't grow up, you adapted. Maybe you were the one making meals while adults were exhausted or absent. Maybe you learned how to translate emotions, arguments, silence. Maybe you learned how to read a room before you learned how to read books. Nothing dramatic, nothing anyone would call trauma, just quiet responsibility, added up day after day. And that version of you, the one who had to grow up too fast, they never left. Psychology has a name for this, parentification, but that word doesn't capture the weight of it. It doesn't explain what it feels like to be small and hold up something much bigger than yourself. Research shows children like this often look mature, responsible, calm, capable. But it isn't maturity, it's survival. It's a nervous system that learned crisis was normal and safety was conditional. You became excellent at reading emotions, anticipating needs, fixing problems before anyone asked, and those skills followed you into adulthood. That's where the cost shows up. You can handle emergencies effortlessly, but struggle with rest, with asking for help, with being careless or light or soft, because somewhere deep inside, rest still feels dangerous. You learned early that things fall apart when you stop holding them together, so you became the reliable one, the strong one, the one people lean on. You might notice you're drawn to people who need fixing, not because you want to save them, but because being needed once meant being loved. Intimacy feels risky, receiving feels unfamiliar, consistency can feel uncomfortable. Not because you're broken, but because chaos feels familiar. There's also control, not domination, but the need to manage every variable, because unpredictability once meant danger. And the exhaustion, that deep tiredness sleep doesn't touch, that's a body that never learned what safe rest feels like. The world rewards people like you, productive, independent, low maintenance, but no one asks what it cost. So how do you heal something that doesn't feel big enough to count? You grieve. You grieve the childhood you didn't get, the version of you who could have been messy, needy, protected. That grief isn't weakness, it's truth. And then, slowly, you learn something new. Being needed is not the same as being valued. Your worth isn't earned through usefulness. You are allowed to rest, to receive, to fall apart. You are allowed to be a beginner at being taken care of. That child who grew up too fast did an incredible job surviving, but they don't have to run the world anymore. It's safe now. What would it feel like to finally let go?